This is the historic whaling station.
The way that they've preserved the history and told the story of the history of whaling in the area is really quite unique and really interesting.
So we're hiking up a hill here to get to the Granite Skywalk. It's quite a steep climb. Better be worth it.
We're heading up into the Anzac Memorial Centre. Albany was the location that 41,000 soldiers departed from to head over to World War I. And the Natural Bridge are actually two separate areas. You can head up to the left to the Gap or over to the right to the Natural Bridge.
Alright, so it is a sunny day today, so we are heading down to Green's Pool. We've had a bit of rain, we've had overcast weather, and now we can finally get out in some sunshine and go for a bit of a paddle.
But we had something really special happen today. It's only happened twice in 25 years that I've been doing the boat cruise.
We're just arriving at the Whaling Centre. The boys have been doing some research this morning. They watched BTN, Behind the News, which is a great kids news program, and it showed them all about how whaling used to be legal in Australia. It's no longer. They talked about whaling in Japan and the reasons for whaling, and how researchers now have discovered other ways to research whales other than having to kill them. So the boys are interested to find out more about that today.
Wow. We're on the deck of the Shane's 4. And you get to see everything.
There's movement on the horizon, skipper. 5 degrees to starboard.
So looking at the harpoons.
Load it.
Down we go. We're deep below the ship on the 4th deck down. Checking out some of the sleeping quarters and storage areas. It really has a Port Arthur type solemn feel about it. Whaling thankfully stopped in 1979, but all of the remnants of the whaling industry, which drove Albany's economy at least, is still here from a whaling company that operated. So it's here to show you all about the whaling industry. You can see huge vats which stored all the oil. They actually killed 16,100 whales during operation of this company here. So it's really interesting, but a real solemn experience. Whoa, check out the size of this whale. He is huge. It's a pygmy blue whale. Pygmy? Really?
This is a little baby whale that was found inside its mother. It was estimated to be about 25 days old when found, and its mother was killed by the whaling company and brought in. There's been personal stories told. We've seen a number of different presentations of shows, 3D shows, and different presentations that have been really interesting, as well as actually seeing the actual facility. And there's a few volunteers here who used to be whalers many years ago, over 40 years back. So they're still involved and still around the facility too. Yeah, it's not far. The Porrangarrap Tourist Drive, and going to do the Granite Stones walk this morning. Beautiful day for it.
It's quite a steep climb. Boys are already saying they're tired, but they're just tongue in cheek.
It's kids free, hey?
How you feeling, Steph?
Yeah, they can feel the legs already.
So, quite a climb up to this. So this is our second Category 5 inside a week. After doing Frenchman's Peak, we're now taking on the Granite Skywalk. Not halfway yet, getting close though. Beautiful forest on the way up. It's just a constant climb. We're spot a little goanna here, just cruising along. He got something, he caught something, did he? He ate a skink. That was cool. He just caught a skink and ate it.
So Harry, you're leading the way, mate. Little Joey Scout up ahead there.
Taking it to the top.
Can we do it, Harry? We can get there, can't we? That's it, you're a little trooper. So we're about halfway up to the Granite Skywalk here. It is a pretty steep walk on the way up. This is kind of a flatter section here, but it's a really pretty walk, surrounded by bush. There's plenty of people doing it, so lots of people along the way, but it doesn't seem crowded at all. And no fuel stations. Bring plenty of water with you. We've seen a stack of people coming out with no water. I think that they're probably regretting it at this stage.
We've made it amongst these giant granite boulders on the top of the hill. They are huge. So we've got two options here. We can go to the 65 metre Castle Rock Summit or the Convoy Lookout, which is a walk. So I'm feeling we got. We're doing the rock scramble. It's pretty cool. Just go nice and easy, boys. He's cheating, climbing through the rocks. It works. Yeah, alright. That's one way. So this is the final part of the climb. It's a big ladder. I think you can see it's just behind me down there. And up above I've got Harry. You can just get to the top. So this is the final part of the summit climb. It is pretty tricky. You do need to have a pretty good level of fitness and be able to scramble over some big rocks. Through the lower platform you can go to, but everyone we've seen coming down says this is worth it. Have a look. We have made it to the top of the Granite Skywalk. Here we are. It is.
But it was fun. It was enjoyable.
It is well and truly worth it.
It is well and truly worth it. So it's a pretty great, amazing feat of engineering as well that they've managed to design and build these walkways and platforms all the way up here next to the granite rock.
That's the end of the walk. 4.4 Ks, category 5 return. And we made it.
We're heading up into the Anzac Memorial Centre. Albany was the location that 41,000 soldiers departed from to head over to World War I. So for many of them this was the last land that they ever saw from Australia.
So this is the lookout, the Convoy Lookout. So all the ships departed Albany from the Anzac forces from here in Albany. So this entire bay was covered with ships, and you can see today there's a couple of big tankers out there, and they're large oil tankers. We saw them back by the shore and they look tiny out there. So this whole area was full of ships. So this is the ships of the first convoy who were all out there at sea, and you can see these islands. So you can see here out to there, see that one out there, and you can see the smaller island out to here. So in front of these two islands, all these ships were lined up waiting to depart to go for the Anzac war effort. So all the way across out here was lined up with these ships, and you can see in front of the islands what it would have looked like. I think there's guns over here. And we met a couple of locals and they suggested we go and check out the guns first and the machinery over here before walking up to the lookout to see where the ship started before we enter the centre. So we've got a bit of a view of the lie of the land and a bit of understanding, but already you can see there's some cool stuff here. We just worked out that these actually move. The boys having some fun. Again, we're supposed to be at a museum and now we're hiking up to a bunker. This is the third day of our hiking and climbing our way around Australia.
Ship coming in. This is where they would actually hide down in the bunker. And one very brave person will have to be here aiming.
They arrived at the destination and marched off the ship.
Stop, so all of their feet are in sync with the marching.
Why did they march?
That's what the soldiers do, they walk together to stay together.
Follow their overall war story, but there's a personal side to your visit when you have, here we go, one of our 32 different Anzac individuals. It might be one of the troops, their support personnel, or an opposition's perspective for you.
And it starts off with war being declared after the assassination of the leader of Hungary and Austria, led to initial actions taking over islands in the Pacific from Germany, to asking for volunteers to go to war, through to recruitment, measuring, checking, making sure they're safe, and then finally setting off on convoys here from Albany.
So learning about their individual soldiers and their roles in the war has helped the boys to really associate with what actually happened for the men over there.
We're having sunset dinner up on one of the lookouts here over the bay, so you can see Frenchman's Bay below us. Pretty good way to finish the day, Steph.
Not bad, it's a pretty cool spot.
We're back at sunset to have a look at the Field of Light here on the Avenue of Honour.
There is so much, there's heaps.
Oh, another bloody walk.
At least it's like level 1 this time.
The sun has just set, so you can see the lights are just starting to come out. This is the Field of Light. You can see the Avenue of Honour here at Albany is just lined with these lights all the way along. They're starting to come out. They're green, white and yellow, representing the native flowers of Australia and New Zealand. There's 16,000 of them. This has been our campsite here at the golf course the last 4 nights. It's a great little spot. You can see there's bush sites around. You can also park just on this road. And we've had plenty of space here set up. We had a minimal setup. Spent 5 days exploring the region, and now we're ready to move on. Sometimes Google Maps doesn't play friendly, but it's kind of picturesque.
It's beautiful. We've hit a beach, sorry, we've gone from bush to beach.
Yeah, and we're heading
beach to bush.
Yeah, beach to bush. How do you always mess it up? And we're heading to a farm anyway today, so I guess this sets the scene for us.
Very pretty colours.
Just like we're back home. It's got that sort of look and feel about it. Very similar climate to where we live. How's it look, boys?
Coming into S03, which is a farm stay. Looking forward to seeing some animals, Harry.
There's big boulders.
Oh, look, there's big granite rocks everywhere.
The boulders again, Dad.
Yeah, they're everywhere, aren't they?
Dad, there's sheep.
Lots of sheep.
There's heap and heaps of sheep.
This is our site here at S03, and it really is cool. So we're in what's called a fully self-contained site. There are sites up here that have power and that are, I guess, semi self-contained in that you don't need power, but you can do other things. But down here, down the bottom of the hill, at the bottom of the paddock, you basically get this area to yourself. We're the only ones here down in this section. It's very private. We're looking out over a dam. We've got this big granite rock up on the hill, and our site overlooks the dam next door. And you can see just, it's actually starting to clear up. It's been a pretty overcast day, but it's still beautiful. This is pretty good. So a little bit of a different stay than normal. We're shacked up on a farm and pretty awesome views.
No one knows the way but your damn self. People try to lend a hand but they can't help. You gotta pick and choose. We are wearing different shoes. Be a bigger you. Go and get it, never hands out. I'm feeling bad for people that living for the weekend. The type that wanna be dreaming but never got to see them. What a boring story. Being worried about conforming, working and snoring within the force.
First campfire dinner.
Our first fire, yay!
Pretty happy?
We've got our marshmallows ready.
So we're watching a storm over in the horizon whilst we're having our dinner by the campfire. So they've got a permit for year-round fires here. So they've delivered firewood, $5, which is pretty good value considering we're paying $10 for the accommodation. So $15 a night if you include all the firewood they give you. And we have a beautiful sky that we can watch. We're just watching far from the distance. You can just make out some of the lightning happening over the hills there. This is awesome. Alright, so it is a sunny day today, so we are heading down to Green's Pool. We've had a bit of rain, we've had overcast weather, and now we can finally get out in some sunshine and go for a bit of a paddle.
had a super swim at the Greens pool. It's everything that you've heard that it is. Around the corner then at Elephant Rock, it is just as stunning. Probably a bit more secluded, so if you're after somewhere a bit quieter,
yeah, split your time, I
it's
reckon.
worth seeing both. The water was a little bit chilly, which we've heard, so that was fine though. You just got to get in and then you warm. But beautiful, beautiful. Take the camera down as well. It just looks stunning down there. On the way back then, we've just stopped into this ice cream place. It was, how big are the ice creams, boys?
Yeah.
Show us how big they were.
Huge.
They were massive. So they're like they take really good quality ice cream and then they mix it with the frozen fruit of your choice, and it comes out as a soft serve. It kind of, the machine mixes it and then spits it out in a soft serve big waffle cone. They were absolutely huge, but probably the best ice creams I reckon we've had. We are heading out to the treetop walk in the Valley of the Giants.
That's not right. The Valley of the Giants. That's more applicable.
Sounds much better. It's within the Walpole National Park. Beautiful national park.
In 400 metres, turn left.
What is this? Ancient Empire Wilderness Discovery Centre.
Valley of the Giants.
It is.
So you do pay to go up onto the walk of the Valley of the Giants. We've got our parks pass out as well, being a national park. So we purchased this All Parks Pass, which covers us for all of Western Australia. It's an annual pass, so we've got 12 months on that one. A lot cheaper than paying individually each time that we enter a national park, and we just place it on the dashboard whenever we enter a national park.
A little bit of precipitation.
Big words today, don't we?
All over it. It's all right.
Lisa,
It's a quokka, mate.
did you say that looks like a giant rat?
Yeah, they do.
Wow.
This is the Walk of the Ancients, so called the Ancient Empire. And all through here we're learning about the native quokkas. It's one of the few native quokka habitats on the mainland of Australia. And these trees survive through fires. So you can see on some of them there's the black markings of fire, and then they grow again up the top out after a fire, and that's how they survive and renew. Beneath them, all this swordgrass where the quokkas live and run through things called runnels, which are these big gaps in between, and they're able to move through nice and silently between the grass to evade predators.
Still bigger.
So Al, we're at the top of the highest point of the walk. Alex felt safest right in the middle here, where there's a big support. We are just departing from the land of the giants. Did I say it better that time?
Yeah, that was better.
I think it's a valley, not land though. So we got to walk up among the trees at the top and check out the tingle trees from down the bottom. The walk up the top was pretty cool along the walkway. There is a cost to get in, so it was quite pricey, but it's one of those things that I guess you have to do when you're there, say that you've done it and experienced it.
But it was, yeah, one of those things, when in Rome to do it, and that whole area is really unique with 1200 millimetres of rain each year, and it's got one of the few populations on the mainland of quokkas. So we got to see a few quokkas just kicking around in the forest floor. That's cool.
We're just driving out of Ursuline Farm Stay. This has been an awesome place to stay. Beautiful farm surrounds.
Oh, it's lovely.
Really peaceful. And we've got these sheep on the way out. That guy doesn't know where to go.
We've got up to a lot here in the Denmark and Walpole areas past Albany, but it's been pretty drizzly, but we've saved the best to last. As you can see outside, we've got a bit of sun, and we're off on the Wow Wilderness tour. Now this tour, if you look at it on Wikicamps, has wall-to-wall positive comments. It couldn't be any more positive. We're umming and ahhing like, oh, it's going to be about $135 for the family, but everyone in the comments, every other comment says it's worth the investment, just go and do it. So let's go see what we get up to on the Wow Wilderness tour.
We're about to head out on the Wow Wilderness cruise. This is the boat behind us, and this is the inlet area that we're heading out into. This is the first wilderness zone that was classified in WA, so it's got stacks and stacks of history, and then out on the other side is the ocean. This is Gary here from the Wow Eco Wildernesses, and we've just had the last few hours with him on the boat. Tell us about the experience, Gary, about your cruise.
How would you describe it?
Well, I don't know, it's just it's something that's been happening for 109 years, this boat cruise, and our family's been here 8 generations. But we had something really special happen today. It's only happened twice in 25 years that I've been doing the boat cruise. An event happened today and you guys were all involved in it. So what happened?
We saw a dolphin.
Not just a dolphin, but it was stuck.
It was.
And so we had to do the big rescue. We stopped the boat cruise and we were out there trying, and it was only a baby one. It was called Minette. Its mother is called Lillian. And so 500 metres.
How old was Minette?
It's just over a year old.
Wow,
so,
okay, fairly big.
Pretty special, pretty special to watch, and we filmed it all too. So
and we got to learn.
Hopefully you can see some of that because it's quite a rare event. But we carefully, and we built up a bond with it. It knew that we were helping it, and that was really quite special as it went off into the wilderness. So enjoy that.
Yeah.
We're here fishing at the Walpole Inlet. You can see it's just totally still. In fact, it's so still that the sailing boats, they're not really sailing. Have you got him, Has?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay, Harry's reeling it in.
Oh,
Hey, you got a black bream. Little black bream, mate. Well done. Have you got one? Jed's up on the rock. He's got, oh, I can see it. This could be a good one. It's skipping around.
Oh!
Yeah, bring him over, mate. That's got to be a keeper.
He's a keeper.
Bring him over here, Jed. Jed, stop whining. Bring him over here before he jumps off.
Okay, we just got one. Oh, he's
Centimetre.
oh, it's just too little.
Centimetre.
Okay, that was the closest
checking
catch,
again,
the
I was
biggest
checking
one
again.
yet. This is the third from the road, and he's 1 centimetre too short, like all the others.
All right, let's
So-
let him go. You can tip the bucket, mate. He's a bit sharp.
Okay. Yeah.
There we go. See you, buddy. Still got it? Hey, you got a bream. So what have you got there, mate?
A little black brain. This is the first fish or squid that I've ever caught that we got to keep.
Well done, Al. That is awesome.
This is number 7 for the day, and he's not a keeper.
Off he goes. Whoop, and he's gone.
We were just around here, and then we just spotted a massive manta ray just swimming around here.
We're watching these two giant manta rays. There's a grey one and a black one, and they're here for a feed, but you're not supposed to feed them. So Alex has insisted we do not feed him the skeleton of what we have.
Comes right up to us.
These guys are doing all they can to try to get a feed though. Pretty cool animals.
According to a sign of it,
I think I'm
they're
gonna come
underwater vacuum cleaners.
Yeah, look how close I get. Look, you see his eyes. See his eyes?
Yeah. No, it's from a bit behind that ice.
Look at him. See, he's got a barb on his tail. You have to be careful of that.
Yeah. So fascinating creatures.
We're cruising through the wilderness just above Walpole.
It's a beautiful drive. Gorgeous
You can see all
forest.
around the beautiful trees and it's awesome. But we've made a rookie error, which is we forgot to get fuel before we left Walpole, where we were already on a quarter of a tank. So as it sits right now, scoreboard update, I'm being advised my cruising range is 47 kilometres via the vehicle, and we have 45 kilometres until the nearest petrol station. So that's a 2 kilometre margin error. Now, that sounds fine. However, I did have about a 20 kilometre margin error not less than 10 minutes ago. So we're currently going through all these hills, winding through. So stay tuned to find out if the Toyota Land Cruiser is accurate when it comes to recommended fuel, or it's got a bit more leeway in the tank. We're going to find out. It's the first time it's happened on the trip. Should have filled up, just totally forgot all about it. Got out on the drive. Here we go. We're literally in the hilliest part of the entire trip too, of our lap of Australia. We've got the lowest amount of fuel. Our scoreboard update. We've got a range of 23 kilometres. Distance remaining 31 kilometres. Not looking good.
So we've made a call here. We're low on petrol getting into town, so we're going to take the van off, unhitch, drive into town without the van. So hopefully we can get a bit more range, fill up the tank.
And hope
Hope that we get there.
Okay, so I'm in the car. We've dumped the caravan. I've got 15 kilometres range. about 20 kilometres plus to go, so hopefully this will let us get there. Exiting, I've run over some bloody barbed wire. I'll be devastated if it gets a puncture. All part of the fun of caravanning, but geez, talk about unlucky. And all of this stemmed from just forgetting to fill up before we left town. Oh, so angry. So we're currently got 0 kilometre range. As you can see, there's no town yet. Still got 10 k's to go, so let's hope that Toyota's built in a little bit of fat into their calculations, because we're in all sorts of trouble here. Oh, we made it! What an adventure, last couple of days. $1.60, I'll pay that, I don't care. We've made it. Good job, car. 0 kilometres in the tank, you're an absolute liar. This is a good feeling. Steph and the boys are going to be super happy. I have just got and found there's a padlock on the pump, and there is a closed Sunday and public holidays. Oh my god. Seriously, Western Australia, we need to talk. Everything's closed on a Sunday. I'm out of fuel. I'm stuck here. I don't even know what to do now. I'm going to have to go work out a plan. Holy crap. After all that excitement, they have padlocked. It's padlocked and it's closed. We have no fuel. I've gone to the petrol station, it's closed. There is one more just over the road here. Let's hope it's open. We made it. Lesson learned. We made it back.